Hey everyone, and welcome back to 2 out of 3 Ain't Bad, the August edition. With me, Robbie Davies.
And me, Harrison Horsley.
You can tell we're radio presenters, can't you? Uh,
Oh, yes. Happy
Always.
August.
Happy August, everyone. Happy summer.
Always radio
Hope you've
presenter.
had a nice summer, busy summer.
Yeah,
Not a cruel summer, as Taylor Swift might talk about. I'm not really a Swiftie. I
me
um
neither.
I don't really know what I'm talking about there. I just said it.
We're down with the kids. It's fine.
I'm so cool. Um,
Yeah.
anyway, Harrison Horsley, how have you been?
Oh, I've been all right. How have you been?
I've been wild. I mean, I went away, I came back, I was growing up for a week, and then I'm here now, and then I go back away, and then we go to uni.
Yeah.
Both of us go to uni. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. I got in.
He
That was
got in.
exciting.
He didn't do too bad on his A levels, God bless.
I
Not
didn't
like
fail.
me. We're not
That's
going to talk about mine. Back in the yesteryears of 2023. We're not going to go
oh, back in those days.
back in those days. It
Oh,
didn't
you're so
matter.
old, Grandad.
Yeah, not now, Grandad. Um, oh dear. Um, have you been up to much?
That's a good question. In all honesty, I was thinking about this before we started recording today, and I was trying to think, what am I going to say of what have I been doing over the past month? Because I really don't know.
Well, it was
I've
for
been
me. It
away.
was the question you asked me. Have you
Yeah,
seen anything this month? And once again, no.
no, but no. I mean, it's been no. It's been. I mean, this is going to be such a really in-depth episode. I think we've got so much to go. No,
Go dive
um,
into the depths of the internet.
yeah. I think I've been away. Went to
Cute.
Norfolk for a week. That was nice with the
Very nice.
family. That was lovely. Although nice to come home, always is. It's nice
Absolutely.
to go away and come back.
Yeah.
Um, and then I've just been, see, what's this? No, stop. Before we even start, before you turn yourself into some kind of giraffe or something.
Oh, is
Or,
there a giraffe one?
I don't know. Oh, at least we're not recording at 10 o'clock in the morning this time.
Yes, so true.
Although I am running on about 5 hours sleep. Oh my God.
Right, anyway, continue. It was
Yeah.
nice to come home
Hello.
from Norfolk.
Nice to come home. Nice to be there. Nice to come back.
Yeah,
Seen some theatre.
nice.
Seen
More
some
than I can
people.
say.
Been catching up with some people.
Oh,
Um,
very nice.
I'll tell you what was a massive mistake actually, but this was just literally today, is before recording this, I've just watched La La Land for the second time. Big
Oh,
mistake.
that's your weakness.
Big mistake. I mean,
La La Land is Harrison's kryptonite. Is it?
honest to God, I sat down looking for a film to watch. I wanted to watch something good, and I know I wanted to watch a film I'd seen before because I've been watching a lot of new films recently,
Yes,
and
yeah.
I
Have you
wanted to
seen
see something
Despicable
that I'd
Me
seen before.
4?
Well, you know, I love La La Land. It's such a good film. I've said I've gone out on a limb, and I've said La La Land has to be one of the greatest films ever. It's
Wow.
so good. It's one of my all-time favorites, and I have to say that now because I can't not. It's just such an incredible film, but it's beautiful and heartbreaking. And I mean, I had it for a mini matinee on Box Office Radio
Yeah.
on the afternoon show. And I said a lot about that there because it's just I love the way they tell the story through the color of the film and the songs and the
So
characters.
vibrant.
The leading duo carry the film, and honestly, it fills my soul. That is what a film should be, and it's something to just remind yourself after La La Land. I mean, it took me a while to actually sit down and process it again. I think I was there for a good half hour, just sort of contemplating what I'd been watching. Um, but I mean, it's something to remind yourself is, divorces are a thing.
They are. They exist.
So, I mean, no spoilers, but the end of La La Land. does not have to be the end of the story. We can all imagine what happens next. It's our own.
In
It's
the
such
sequel, La 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 Land.
La
Um,
La La Land.
yeah,
This time it's personal.
coming next summer,
Starring
starring
Robbie
Harrison
Davies and Harrison
Horsley
Horsley.
as a ventriloquist in the
We
street.
can be like we can be Ryan Gosling's sort of bros. We can be
Children.
his
Oh,
yeah, we can be the sort of the dub like we can be his kids, but we can be his sort of wingmen.
his guys. Yeah.
Yeah. And then,
It's okay, Ryan Gosling. Don't cry. You're just Ken. You know, um, the biggest
oh.
crossover in history. Um,
Box
yeah,
Office Radio meets La La Land meets Barbie.
yeah. Watch out, Barbenheimer.
Bring it on.
La
Two out of
La
three ain't bad. Barbie, La La
La La
Radio.
box office 2 out of Barbie ain't 3.
Oh, bring it on. I'm gonna write this play. I'm gonna write it.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna write the
write to I'm
screenplay.
gonna write to Ryan Gosling. Just make sure he's on board.
Yeah, he will be.
He will
I
be.
know a guy.
Hey,
He'll,
let me just text him right now. Okay.
yeah,
Hey
just
Ryan.
ring up
Yeah.
Ryan. It'll be great. It'll be awkward if he's watching. Hi, Ryan.
Hi
Get in
Ryan.
touch.
Please do.
I'd love to hear from you.
My email is robbiesbackstagebants@gmail.com.
Ugh.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, make this go viral. Get in touch. We'll make it happen.
Oh dear. But
Yeah.
yeah, La La Land's a great film. It is.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Anyway, we've gone off on a real tangent already. What have you been up to?
Oh well, I might as well get all of this out the way because I've seen absolutely zero theatre. However, what I have done is I did something even cooler than that. I mean, it's technically at the beginning of it wasn't even August, but I got on a train and I went to London. And I didn't see a show in London. I just went in London. And then when I got to London, I went to Stratford. Would you believe it? I don't know.
Stratford upon Avon. You went back. You went back.
No, I didn't go that Stratford. I went to the
Stratford, London. Right.
Stratford, London, Stratford. And
Stratford,
then
London.
in Stratford, I sat in a Spoons for a while.
Oh,
Um,
that is a good day.
well, yeah, you see, it was just hot drinks was the plan, you see, because they're refillable. That's the way forward, you just pay for one. So sat there and then I got on a bus and that bus took me to a ferry. And I got on that ferry. This is a long-winded story. Um, and that ferry took me across the sea, uh, as ferries often
Did
do.
it? That's what an absolute shocker.
And then I arrived in France and we went to Paris, got a train miles out, and went to a campsite. And all of this was in aid of the 2024 Paris Olympics. So we got to see the Olympic hockey. We saw two matches. We saw Argentina versus Spain, which was pretty
Right.
good. Argentina wrecked Spain. And then France versus Germany on home turf, which was
Oh
pretty
yes.
intense. And Germany smashed France to pieces.
Wow.
I think it was a 5-1 in the end.
Wow.
Um, Pretty mad score. And then we also saw some Olympic golf, which is
Love a good game of golf.
entertaining.
You're talking to an ex-golfer here.
We did see the two Team GB golfers go in as well, which is pretty cool. The golf national in France is stunning, but also we did see some of the road cycling in actual Paris as well.
Oh wow.
But highlight of my trip, we went to Disneyland Paris. Um,
Yes.
I actually love that place. I've
You're
become
a Disney man, aren't
I
you?
am a Disney man, and I will be a Disney man forever now. That's it. But me and Bethany went up, and we literally got there for the gates opening, um, and it was so worth it because we went straight, and I mean straight. I've got quite a knowledge of that park, and I know what I'm doing, right? And we literally walked through the gates. We step marched down Main Street, waved at Mickey Mouse as we walked past. I've got a vlog. We did a vlog for personal, just reasons, and
Yeah.
then I'm gonna cut some of it down, and I'm gonna release it out very soon, so everyone can see what we did, and also to answer the question, can you do Disneyland Paris in one singular day? Because that is a big question, and it's
Big
quite
question.
expensive to go, and it's possible. We did it. We rode Space Mountain 3 times with very,
Yikes.
very minimal wait. Now, apparently the parks were quieter because the Olympics were on.
Yeah,
Uh,
of course.
but I caught up with my old pal Mickey Mouse. Hung out with Darth Vader for a couple of minutes, which was pretty damn cool. I tell you now. I was
Not
like,
old Anakin. What's he
I
doing?
was like, hey, look at this, look at this, and Bethany's just like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, if I could meet a Star Wars character, I think I'd be quite scared of Darth Vader. I
And
think it'd
and
have to
then
be
be
like,
like, yes, Lord Vader,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yes.
I think, someone like, got to be Chewbacca, right?
C3PO.
Well, I mean, I think the droids are different. I think if it was like, if it was I think I'd love to meet Chewbacca. Like, have you seen those videos of people actually meeting Chewbacca? It
Yeah,
just seems
I'd
so
love to.
wholesome.
This is why I want to go to Disney in America, where they have
Well, yeah, they've got,
they've got all the Galaxy's Edge stuff. So
yeah.
if Disney are listening and they want to take me over, then I would happily
Oh,
go.
if
Like,
you don't end up as a Disney representative one day, honestly.
I like honestly, just
Yeah.
PR trip happily. All
Yeah.
right. Look, Olaf holds my microphone whilst I record. Look,
Uh,
serious. Like, come
that's
on,
weird.
dude.
BB-8 holds mine. No, he doesn't. I'm joking.
I was gonna I was gonna say
Just
that
a mic stand.
that got me really excited there about
No,
B.
but BB-8. I've got a little BB-8 over there. That is, yeah, BB-8's got to be my favorite droid.
He is so cute. But also, yeah, wait out for this Disney vlog. It's on its way, and you can see, can you do Disneyland Paris in one day? My answer is yes. Although
Ooh.
the problem is there was a thunderstorm, and so the fireworks got cancelled. One of the shows
Oh,
got
right.
cancelled. Well, the fireworks didn't. Basically, they played the light projection that they would have played on the fireworks, just without fireworks, and the drones didn't happen either. A little bit disappointing. They can't help it. I get that.
Yeah.
But what I didn't like actually is people
And end of
trying.
sentence. Oh no,
So
just
yes,
keep
full
going.
stop. But
There was a
also
big
it's
pause.
so it started like tipping it down, right? Thunder struck next to the castle as the Star Wars bit was on. It was so cool because it was when you watch the video, it sounds as though it's all in the actual thing
Oh
because they're like
wow.
having like a battle, and then it just goes, and then the rain just goes, and people just started leaving because obviously some people are there for a couple of days and stuff, and so they
Yeah.
were like, yeah, you know what? Absolutely not. I'm going home. So they're all leaving with prams, ramming them into my foot. But when
Oh,
they ram it into my foot, they don't just stop. No, no, no. They hit it, and then they clearly go, "Oh, I've hit something." Right. Now, what do you do? Because let me tell you now, there are no rocks and pebbles in the middle of Main Street that you're going to be hitting. So they just go straight over my foot. So like I came out and I had like wheel marks. You know what I mean? It was just not good. Mickey
oh
Mouse,
dear.
what happened?
Oh no.
But that basically is my entire summer, in a nutshell. Um,
Lovely.
and I have shows booked though. I have got stuff booked for September. I've got MJ the musical when I move down to uni on the 13th of September with my mum
Yes.
and my nana, which is going to be fun. And
Lovely.
then me, Bethany, and a friend are going to Fiddler on the Roof at Regent's Park on the final day of performances.
That's so exciting.
I
There's
can't wait. I've never been to Regent's Park.
it's got a Beetlejuice cast member in, original Broadway cast member Adam Danheiser, who played Charles in Beetlejuice. He's in it. He's in Fiddler on the Roof. And I'm freaking out that he's even in the country.
I can't wait now.
That's I honestly, when I saw he was in it, I was like, is that Adam Danheiser?
I'm
Yes,
really
yes, it is.
excited. I'm so excited. I've never been to Regent's Park and I've never seen a live production of Fiddler, so I'm like really, really happy about
There
that.
you go.
Yeah, but I'm coming back to the theater, guys. It's happening.
This is good. I mean, you've been up north. You've had a bit of a
I've had a break. I mean, I'm not gonna
break
lie
from,
to
not a
you.
break. You haven't you're not had a break from theatre because you still love it. Come on,
Oh,
you
I've
got to
still
admit.
been. Hey, I've still been doing 5 hours of box office radio a week.
Exactly.
This is what
You've
I'm
you've
saying.
still
But
got that
but you know,
nugget of goodness in your life.
it is it is a thing. I mean, I saw. Let me think about this. I saw a lot of shows in the early of this year.
I can
If
see
you
you've gone really bright all of a sudden. Have you pulled up your spreadsheet by any
Yeah,
chance?
if you include amateur productions, I saw 39 productions between January and June,
Wow.
but I've seen zero since June.
I think I counted 40 the other day
That's not bad.
overall
You've
this
been
year
going,
since
you've been
January.
going right through, you see?
Yeah.
And I'll take you
Um,
back over when I get down there in September. Trust me.
Fantastic. Yeah. And I like your t-shirt as well, to be fair. We haven't commented on that yet.
Right, can I just say how excited I am? I don't even know if I'm around for it, but the Avenue Q
Uh,
18th birthday concert.
Concert. That'll be fantastic. I mean, I'm not going to get to it. I probably know I probably won't get to it, but
I don't think I will. I think I'm busy.
then again, it's a lot of the time, why do they do concerts?
This is
To
upsetting me, right?
they
Because
they they
I'm missing a lot of great things because they're
they
one
do
night.
concerts to start things. They want to give it a bit of a tester. Would it do well on a tour or on a full run? So I'm thinking, yes, it's nice to bring it back for its 18th birthday, but they could bring it back for whatever. They could bring it back for its 20th birthday or the 21st birthday. So it's like they could do any anniversary of it to bring it back. The reason they're doing the concert now,
Is to
is
test it.
it because they're wanting to do a tour of it? Is it because they're
Well,
wanting
I
to,
mean, possibly the last tour, if I remember correctly, didn't sell great, but it's
which is,
been gone a
yeah.
while. It's been gone. I last saw that. That was like 2019.
I've only ever seen an amateur production of it, which was
I wonder if
incredible.
it's also a matter of testing the waters because
Yeah.
a lot of the comedy in it might now be considered maybe offensive.
In all
And
honesty, though, like it's the same
it's the
guys
same
that
level
wrote
as
Book of
Book of
Mormon.
Mormon. Yeah. And I think it's got to be a if you know you're going to be offended by it, you're just not going to have to go
Gotta
because
go.
yeah, it's going to offend somebody. It's a show like that. That's what
Yeah.
it's going to do it.
But
I
I
can tell
think,
you now.
in all honesty, thinking about it, I mean, this is just off the top of my head, so don't quote me on this. But I think I prefer Avenue Q to Book of Mormon. He's writing it down.
Harrison Horsley prefers Avenue Q to Book of Mormon. I find it hilarious, Avenue Q. It was so
It's,
good.
I think it's one of those really underrated shows because no one knows what it is. And whenever I explain it to someone, you just say it's Sesame Street for adults, and you forget how adult it actually is.
Yeah, until Harrison Horsley does it on Connect 4. Uh,
I did use one of the songs on Connect 4 as an example.
Unfortunately, he couldn't play the song, but
The
he
rude song, the very, very, very rude song, and that's saying something for
the
Avenue Q.
moment like when you took your mum to see it with you, it's the moment you go, "Oh,
I shouldn't be here. I don't
oh,
want to be here anymore.
hi, mum."
It's
It's
because I
that
went to
one.
see it. I watched like a an amateur recording of it. So it was someone that had, I think it was in America actually.
Yeah.
They'd done a production of it and they'd recorded it. And I watched that and loved it, thought it was hilarious. But
Cool.
I was quite young, so I was getting into musicals and I wasn't allowed to go and see it at the theatre.
Yeah.
And I then saw a local production of it, and it was with my parents, and it is such a hilarious show. That I mean, they're the ones that first went to see it that sort of
Yeah, yeah.
introduced me, not introduced me to the show, but they talked about it.
What's this, Harrison?
They had, in all honesty, my mum has the CD in her car. When obviously when CDs used to be a thing, she had the soundtrack, and we used to
Let's
listen
just
to
skip
the
track
songs
track
we could
four.
listen to. Yeah, whenever there was a song that I couldn't listen to because I was too young, it would skip.
Track 4 gets skipped far too often.
But I mean, even the rude songs are absolute bops. Like
They
they
are.
are. I mean, it's a great musical, and it's actually quite heartwarming and wholesome at the
It
end as
is.
well.
It
It's
is. I love it.
bring it back on tour. Bring it
I
back.
say so. I say bring it back. I really want it back. Bring Avenue Q
Who would you be? Who's your puppet? Or
Princeton.
would you be Brian?
I'm such a Princeton. It's unreal.
Really?
Yeah.
You're going for the main character
You'd be
vibes.
Nikki. You would so be Nikki. Um,
Help
like
the homeless.
thinking
Help
about
the
this,
homeless.
that is such a you. Yeah,
To be fair, I love the song Schadenfreude, so that would work.
there you go.
That
Um,
would work. To be fair, I love that one. I love Brian because Brian sings "I'm Not Wearing Underwear Today," which is
he
30
does
seconds long,
sing
but
that.
easily one of the greatest musical theatre songs
It's
ever.
just a moment, isn't it, where you think like somebody
What is
wrote
this?
this. There is arrangements specifically for
Yeah,
this. There is a track on the cast recording for this 30 seconds.
yeah.
And it's just hilarious.
Oh, to be fair, now we've started talking about it. I miss this musical. Now we've started a conversation because
Bring
of that
back
t-shirt.
you.
Bring it back. I love it. I love it. Great show.
Yeah, anyway, what have you seen, Harrison Horsley?
Are we going on to theatre talk? We sort of started theatre
I
talk
think
without
we are because I
we
mean
slipped into it
I did
really
my what I've
smoothly.
done and
Yeah, you've covered yourself a bit there, haven't you?
yeah,
Um, what have I seen? I've been well, I've been to the theatre thrice, three
thrice.
times since we've last recorded.
Yes.
Started off, I've got me programs as well, so
Oh yeah,
because I liked
you've
you
got
you had
prop.
some programs once, and since then I've just had mine with me. Um, so started off with Cluedo 2.
Ah, I saw Cluedo too a couple of months back. What did
Um,
you think of it?
Very good follow-up. Very like it was very you could tell it was how it was linked to the first one.
Yeah, I didn't
Obviously it
see the
wasn't
first one.
the first one, so it's not like directly linked because it's not like a follow-up, it's just another imagination of Cluedo basically.
Yeah.
It's like even the characters styles and their characterization are very different to how they were in the first one. The
Mm.
first one's based on the film Clue, which is
Mm.
in body manner with, Wadsworth and all that with but this one was different, but in the way that it was done, you could tell how it was similar in that it was very chaotic towards the
Yes.
end, a bloodbath, and so many twists and turns.
So funny.
Um, it's
Really, really
just
funny.
yeah, it just turns into an absolute bed of chaos. But yeah, my only problem about it was the theater we were at wasn't the sound wasn't very good. They should have been mic'd up when I saw it. It was a massive theater, and it was the first night they were there. They didn't have mics. I don't
No,
know if they were supposed to have mics,
I
but
don't think they had them in walking either.
it just it, they were practically shouting at some points, trying to, and it wasn't working. But that's
Mm.
not their fault. That's
No,
but still,
whether it's budget
fantastic
or whether
show.
it's yeah, I don't know, but
I
yeah.
preferred the first one. I mean, everyone knows, as to quote the Muppets, everybody knows that the sequel's never quite as good. Um,
We're doing a sequel.
but very enjoyable. I mean, if you like murder mysteries, if you like comedies, go see it.
It's a good show. Read my
It's
review.
fun. It's just light-hearted. It's nothing to take too seriously, and there are some really funny moments in it.
Hmm.
Great characters. There's a guy called Liam Horrigan he was in the first one as well. He was in the ensemble of the first one,
Ah.
and he plays a variety of characters in the show. Um,
Oh,
and he is a brilliant comedic actor. He is hilarious, honestly.
good.
He's the way he had these different characters is it's a work of genius when you're looking at something and thinking, you've got all of these different characters to play. How are you going to show the audience that you're playing different characters without thinking about like costume or anything like that? Obviously, he
That's
has
it.
different
Yeah.
costumes, but the way he does it in terms of his
Characterization
accents
and stuff.
and
Yeah.
his the way he walked across, even the way he walked across the stage, it was really funny. He's a really great actor.
Fantastic performance.
And you've got a lot of like mischief makers, like so mischief comedy.
Yeah.
He's part of mischief. He's done the play that goes wrong and things like
Yeah.
that.
It's
He
very
did
on a similar wavelength to that sort of thing.
yeah, it's directed by the same guy, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Cluedo stuff is directed by the same guy as the directed play that goes wrong. But
Yeah.
you've got like Gabriel Paul, who's been in play that goes wrong and whatnot, and yeah, so good show, good
Pleasure.
comedy.
Yeah.
I would now like to see the first one again, having seen that.
I'd like to see the
Um,
first one anyway.
yes, well, yes, but
Yeah.
it's yeah, good show. And I love. I mean, Cluedo itself as a board game, great game,
Pretty
great
good.
game.
We
It's
should
a
have a
murder
board
mystery
game
and a
night,
board game
guys.
combined. What more do you want? Love it.
I agree.
Fantastic. That was show one.
Show one.
Tick. Um, show two. This is where this is it. This is the one.
This is the peak, isn't
Robbie,
it?
Robbie, right. Brace. Okay. Because this is going to change the course of theatre history. Something rotten.
Wow.
Don't, don't. I can't. I mean,
I wish I saw this.
you do. Honestly, you do. It's incredible. It's what the theatre needs right now.
So
And
now we need the fully staged production.
in all honesty, it was one set piece away from being a full production.
We
But
need a
uh,
longer run. It needs to
it
come
needs
back.
to tour. It needs a West End run. It needs something. It has to. It has to.
I think the popularity of it's really shone through.
It's so good. I think it really has. It sold really well. Everyone loved it. It got immediate standing ovations.
Great. That's what
And
you want when you're trying to pitch a show. That's what we need.
it's, I feel like if they don't, they've missed out on a massive opportunity by not bringing something rotten back.
What was Jason Manford
Um,
like?
what a legend. Absolute legend. I mean, I love him anyway. There's
I
some
love
people
him.
that are sort of
I
against
really
him
like
in
him.
musical theatre because they think it's kind of like celebrity casting. But in
Yeah,
all honesty, I know for a fact Jason Manford has a very big passion for musical theatre,
he's got the
and
talent for it too.
he is. I think he's just as much of a musical theatre performer as he is as a comedian. You know,
I think so too. I think he was fantastic in Curtains.
he's a he's brilliant, and he's such a wholesome guy. When I met him. He was we went to see Crazy for You, and he was in the audience.
Ah,
Um, so during the interval, I sort of hung around the foyer, and he came out, and I nabbed him and just sort of spoke to him. He's such a wholesome guy,
he's a
really
lovely
happy
guy.
to
Really lovely
talk
guy.
to you, and
I've met him a
yeah,
couple of
really,
times now.
really great guy. And so talented. He obviously it's his whole thing was something rotten. He brought it over. He's the one that started it all up to bring it back. Um,
Yeah,
and perfect for the role.
fantastic
And
for
then
him.
but everyone in that cast was perfect in that you had Marisha Wallace as B. Marisha
That's
Wallace. I mean,
insane.
I just have to say the name Marisha Wallace. Gary Wilmot as Nostradamus.
That's also insane.
I saw a review of the show that said that Gary Wilmot was kind of like a celebrity SNL Saturday Night Live guest. That was the vibes he was giving off in the show, but it was really what it needed.
Yeah,
Um, and you had him. Obviously those are the big names.
yeah. There was
Two I have to mention. Two are like the top performers on that stage. Firstly, Cassius Hackforth, who is a new performer
right.
who played the role of Nigel, who is Nick's brother in the show.
Yeah,
Um, what a great performer. Brilliant
that's really
voice.
exciting.
He is, and I say the whole one of the things of the show is that it was introducing this new performer, and he was fantastic.
Yeah,
Um, we're gonna see big things from him. He's going to have a huge career.
Hosley's hot
Um,
shot.
he is going to get Halsey's hot shot at some point. Just don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. Oh well, it's a bit late. And Richard Fleischman was my other performer. I had to say
Ah,
he's already been awarded Halsey's hot
already
shot.
got Hosley's hot
William
shot.
Shakespeare.
Yes,
What a character! What a
such
great
a role.
character.
I think it's such a good
He's
role.
evil. He's camp. He is like he's funny.
Yeah,
But he's also lovable, and it's a great role. He has brilliant
definitely a great
songs,
one.
and his lines, like just the way they
He's
write,
so funny.
so funny. And every time he comes on stage, they do a little jingle where it's like he gets his own introduction every single time he enters the stage, and every time he leaves the stage, he turns and goes exit Shakespeare and then leaves. It's brilliant. Um, but the whole show, Robbie, I can't. I've slumped back now because
Harrison's
that's
gone. He's perished.
amazing. It's got to be one of the best things I've seen this year. It's fantastic, and they have so many musical theatre references
Mm.
scattered throughout. You've obviously heard a musical, which is the eight
Yeah.
minute number about musicals. There's another scene in the second act where they're sort of rehearsing and doing the show that they create, and the way they weave in different lines. There's one which has stuck out to me since is there's a character in the play they write called McCavity, and someone turns and goes, "Where's McCavity?" And then he goes, "McCavity's not there." And it's little things like that that just the whole audience, they held the audience in the palm of their hand.
Wow.
What a show. Something Rotten. Have it. Bring it to the UK permanently. I think
Fantastic.
it deserves so many like it if that doesn't win. I don't know what concerts can win. Can they win Olivier's and stuff?
Like one off, I don't know. Would
Is
that
there a concert Olivier? Like a
it should be now. Like the amount of
and I
content.
think
Yeah.
Something Rotten should get that.
Hmm.
It has to. I mean, what a show. I can't even talk anymore.
He died.
Well, I can. If I stopped talking, I'd have to stop presenting on the radio,
Yeah,
which
that
would
wouldn't be
be
great.
very sad. I would miss that
I,
quite a
I
lot.
I would miss that of your voice too, Harrison.
Oh, that's very kind. You did, to be fair, you listened to my show the other day,
I
didn't you? I
did.
remember
I
you
did.
messaged me and said you were
I was
listening
I was
in.
driving away and I was like,
You did
oh, put
Connect
Harrison
4.
on. Yeah. I've
Yeah,
won Connect Four. Yeah.
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that was Something Rotten. That was show 2.
Sure too.
And I'm gonna do it that way because if I did it the other way, we might be taken down on YouTube.
That is
Oh,
very
yeah.
true. I don't want any of that.
Don't want any of that. Right. Shall we carry on? Let's carry on.
Let's go with number three.
Show 3. Um, a what bambaloo bop, a what bam boom. It's
That
Greece.
that is the word right
It
there.
is. It really is.
Greece is the
Thank
word.
goodness the word isn't Llanfairpwll Gwyngyll Gogerydd and Drolok and Slio Go Go Goch. That's what I say.
Yeah, get out of here, Tay Hazelwood. Let's just
Yeah, get out. Oh, everyone's a little bit racist. Avenue Q. It's a callback. Forget about it.
we've just insulted Tay Hazelwood right there.
And all of Wales as well.
Hey, I'm not insulting Wales here. Just
Just
targeting.
say it. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. We didn't, yeah. Greece. It's the word.
Greasy.
Seen it twice now.
I've seen that one twice,
So good.
but I saw it once on their original tour in 2019,
Yeah.
and once in the West End last year.
Was it the same production?
Same production.
Yeah. Um, I love it.
It's
I am I'm obsessed. I'm so
I'm
obsessed.
quite impressed with the development. I enjoyed it more in the West End than I did on the first tour.
Oh, it's so good. Everything. I mean, I like the way it's different from the film. There are so many people that don't like it because it isn't the film. I
I love
love it because it isn't the film.
it adds a difference to the stage show. It gives you something new.
It's so fantastic and it's a celebration and it's like oh, I mean I've lost my words. I've gone to something rotten zone again where I can't speak English. But I love it. I think there are some incredible performers in this show. Top 3 have got to be Hope Dore, who plays Sandy.
Yeah.
Of course, got a soft spot for her. Joe Gash, who plays Vince Fontaine and Teen Angel, and Alicia Bellegarde, who plays Frenchie. They're fantastic. I mean, the whole cast.
I've
There's
been wanting
not.
to go and see Alicia, because I saw her when she was in the ensemble in Greece. Um,
She's fantastic. Yeah,
I
because I mean, in all honesty, she's quite a new performer, but
did
already
Bugsy.
got quite a name for herself because
Yeah, she
she's been in the ensemble for Greece. She's now Frenchy. She was in Bugsy Malone for a little while as well. She was the first cover for Tallulah.
did an Instagram
Um,
takeover for me where with Bugsy.
oh really? I'll have to go
Yeah.
and find that.
Yeah, it's cute. I'll send you
I
it.
love Bugsy. I miss Bugsy. We end up talking about Bugsy most episodes, to be fair.
We do. We
Let's
do.
bring Bugsy Malone back.
Yeah, we could actually. I think that'd be good. I'd be happy
But
to see
no,
it again.
Greece is gorgeous. It's a wonder of a show. It's got songs that you know and love. It's upbeat, it's energetic. And like you know the title song Grease,
Yes, I do.
when they start with the big note at the top with the lights. Oh yes. It's like you're in the zone, you're there, you're ready to go.
It's so good.
And
That kicks it off. That's the end.
that's the last thing I've seen. Then coming up, I'm going to see what have I got booked in. Pretty Woman, the
It's a good show.
musical. Never seen the film, so I'm not sure.
Watch the film.
You think I should watch the film? I don't want to spoil it.
I think though there is a bit of reference, maybe a
Yeah,
little
I
bit.
get that, but then I feel like
But then again, I did hear from some people that I knew that didn't enjoy it because it wasn't the film.
there you go.
So maybe just go in blind and then watch
I
the film.
will. That was my plan. I spoke to Ore Aduba, who's playing Happy Man Mr. Thompson
Yes, I didn't see
on
already.
on
He
on
was
the
out
tour,
when
and
I was there.
he said he told me I don't need to have seen the film,
No, you don't
so
need to. No,
that's good.
just watch it when
I've got that coming up. I've got Anne Juliet, the UK tour of Anne Juliet coming up,
I'm
which is
excited about that.
exciting.
It is in Sunderland just before I go off to uni, so I'm thinking I might try and go and pre-watch it before I see it in Woking next year.
Do it. Oh yeah, do it.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to seeing the new cast and how it translates on tour. But no
definitely.
doubt it'll be just as amazing. And the other one I've got booked in is The Play That Goes Wrong.
Oh, surprise, surprise! He never is not going there. Like this is a Mischief are around, and Harrison Horsley's right behind them. Basically,
I've got I'm going to the press night of the 10th anniversary
wow,
of The Play That Goes Wrong at the Duchess Theatre.
that's pretty exciting.
I can't wait. I mean, I feel like if there's gonna be people there, do you think any OG mischief makers are gonna be there?
I think the majority.
If like Henry Shields, Henry Lewis, and Jonathan Sayer are there, because they
I
go
reckon
to a
they'll
lot of
be
these
there
things.
to do a speech. No,
I mean, if anyone's going to be there, it's going to be Jono, isn't it? Jonathan Sayer.
yeah, he'll be there.
I cannot wait,
It's good.
and it's a great show. It'll be my seventh time seeing it.
Whoa,
But yeah,
that's
that's
pretty
what I got.
intense.
That's that.
Yeah, well, that's
Fantastic.
everything we got booked in. Let's go to Questiones from the Web.
No, no, let's not stop.
Oh,
First,
first,
what's in your pocket? I've been dying to know what is in Robbie's pocket this week.
quite large.
Oh,
Actually, and you'll
old
be wondering
vicar.
how I fit it in my pocket. It's been hanging out of my pocket. Um, but here it is for you now, Harrison Horsley. From my pockets, I pull for you this wonderful stage door sign that my grandparents got me.
That's so weird. Hold on, wait. Stay there. Don't move. Hold on.
Oh my God, are we gonna be twins? See, the problem is the stage door could be that way, could be that way, could be over there. Hey, now they're pointing at each other, right?
I don't know which way round are we.
Mine's backwards on my
So's
screen,
mine. Wait.
but yours is pointing at me on my screen. I wonder, maybe, just maybe. Oh, no, because mine will
How
flip.
did that fit in your pocket? That's massive.
Yeah, I've got big pockets.
Oh, big pocket Robbie, that's what they call him.
I might take that to uni with me and find somewhere to put it in my room.
Old big pocket Davis. Just keep it in your pocket.
Well, yeah, yeah. I
That's
could
what you
wear it,
need.
couldn't I? It'll fit, that's for sure.
That's when you leave the house, you just got to check keys, wallet, phone,
There's door
stage
sign.
door. Yeah, that's
Yeah, just in case I ever need to
yeah.
know where it is, you know?
Hmm.
Um, I can walk out the theaters and be like, it's this way.
Yeah.
Follow me.
Let's start paying you to do that. Yeah.
Hey, I'd take a bit of
But
money.
now I now give you permission to move to the questions from the web.
Thank you, Harrison Horsley. Now, first question from the web. If you could watch any, wait, let me say that again. If you could
Oh,
watch only one show for the rest of your life, what would it be?
that's difficult. That's such a difficult question.
I'm gonna say, see, it's really hard.
It
It's,
is really hard.
I
It's
feel
hard
like,
to be the bard.
yeah, I feel like it would be something like Back to the Future, the musical.
See, that's a good one. The thing, did it have to be current?
No,
Got to be Newsies then, hasn't it?
yeah, Newsies or I tell you what though, one of my
It's got to be
favorites.
Newsies.
Actually, do you know what? I'm just gonna throw out a curveball. One of my favorites that I've never seen live, but I've been watching it on the streaming sites a lot, is
Mm.
Holiday Inn.
Oh, you love a classic, don't you?
I like
Even
my
those.
Irving Berlin musicals, and I think Holiday Inn possibly is my final. Wait a minute,
Oh,
Guys and Dolls at the Bridge.
oh
Final
yeah. I
answer,
mean, Guys and Dolls, that's a
final answer,
gorgeous
Guys and Dolls
production.
at the Bridge. There you go.
Yeah, that's, I mean, fair play to that one.
There's no
I
turning back.
I feel like for me, it's got to be Newsies because where have you gone? Oh, there he
I
is.
launched my pen on the floor.
I just thought I said something really upsetting.
Newsies.
He's that offended by the word Newsies. Um, no, I just I just think it's what I wouldn't do to go and see that show again in that. I remember going for that final time and just thinking I'm never going to step into this room the same way again.
Yeah.
And it's a different level of theater. I think just because of what it is, that's why I would choose that one. However, if we're talking just big scale musicals that I think definitely Back to the Future is a good one. Guys and Dolls, you
Yeah.
know, Beetlejuice. I'd love to see Beetlejuice.
Yeah. Never mind.
That's
Yeah.
again a really colorful, lots of big things. You've got Sandy and the big sets, the
Yeah. I mean, I'd
walls that
happily
they.
watch Six every day for the rest of my life, to be honest.
Okay, that's quite that. But the thing about that one is quite plain. It's quite boring. That one I think you get sick of really easy. It's quite short as well.
That's the thing, though. It's quite short.
But it's not. It's less of a. I don't think. I mean,
Not
it's
really a
not.
musical. There's not a lot of excitement in it.
It's. Well, I disagree. I think it's very exciting,
It's a
especially at
very
points.
good
However,
show, but there's no like with Back to the Future. Like I can just sit in the
yeah,
car and appreciate that. But with Six, it's very what you're seeing is what you're getting, and it's
yeah.
yeah, and there's no interval.
Not taking anything away from six,
I do love Six. I'm a fan.
but I think if we're talking creme
For
de
the
la creme here,
if we're talking for the rest of my life,
yeah,
I'm saying Guys and Dolls at the Bridge, particularly
I think I like that one. Hmm,
because
I
it's different
that's a
every
good
time,
shout.
and you can
It
do
is.
you can stand, you can sit, you can stand somewhere different. You could get chosen to do the sitting on the thing, you know, whatever. It's
It's
gonna be good.
and I think that would be a good one because it's quite it's so vibrant, and I think that's very similar with Back to the Future
Yeah,
in that I think Newsies is one that is very aesthetic and it's quite they've got certain colors that they use
but
like
it's dull.
dark colors
It is
and
dull.
but still in a way that obviously it's not taking anything away from the production, it's still a beautiful production.
It's dull because it's supposed to be dull. It's
Yeah,
not. It's not dull because the show's dull because it's one of the most
it's
exciting shows I've seen.
100%. However, Guys and Dolls just has all colors. It's a
Guys
rainbow
and
of a
Dolls is
show.
very
And that's
colourful.
like very similar with Back to the Future in the way they use the effects and the color in that.
The lighting
Um,
is
if we're
unreal.
talking like color, I think very not very much like special effects and as an
Hmm.
experience, but the way they use color in Heathers, I think, is very clever.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
I don't. I mean, as much as Heathers is easily in my top 10 musicals of all time,
Is it?
I don't. Yeah, yeah. Who'd have thought? I don't think I'd. I don't think I'd choose to watch that one for the rest of my life, just because.
We'd bully you for it. Or is
Yeah,
it?
well, yeah, you that is very true, but also I just think it's one that's not. I don't know. I don't want to say safe because it's like it's
I get what you mean.
a
Yeah.
different level. Of course, like I'm thinking proscenium stage. But then
Yeah.
Back to the Future's proscenium stage, but it's so different. Heather's is so different to Back to the Future, but they're both, you know what yeah.
I get you. I get you. I got you. Don't worry. But no,
That's that
I
question.
think we've covered some final good solid ones there.
100%.
Yeah. Anyway, the next question. Who's your favorite villain or anti-hero in a musical? There's a couple, really. I mean, firstly, we've got to throw out there William Shakespeare from Something Rotten.
Oh, of course. Of course.
He's got to be there. Uh,
Yeah,
that
there's
is,
quite a few. I think thing is though, I think there's a difference between villains and anti-heroes. Would you describe Shakespeare as a villain or an anti-hero? Because he's not the
I'd say he's the villain.
really is a villain, isn't he? Because he's not the protagonist. I don't. There's very rare. I think if you're
There's
saying
not often
anti-hero,
a
you've got
villain.
Aaron Burr is kind of an anti-hero.
Yeah, I mean, Aaron Burr is very much painted as a villain until the last 5 minutes where he sings a really lovely song and kind of goes because we root
I
for
don't think he is painted as a villain. I think we learn to
we
get on
root
with him, and
we
you
root
because you've
for
got like Wait
Hamilton.
for It and Room Where It Happens, where he's actually you see his emotion.
Yeah, I know, but I feel we all root for Hamilton,
Oh
and
yeah, but he's a
he's
conniving.
more of
I
an
almost said a naughty
anti-hero.
word there.
He's more of an anti-hero than a villain, I would say, Aaron
I
Burr.
think Hamilton is an anti-hero, to be fair,
I think they
because
both are, I'll be honest with you. I think,
yeah, they're both like in all honesty, Hamilton, as
but
much as we
then
root for him, he cheats
villain,
on his wife. He never, you know,
King George.
King George, yeah,
He is a
he is
solid
straight villain.
villain.
He's straight
He
villain.
is such a good villain. Um,
Yeah,
and then I'll give one more answer. Hmm. I mean, we can say Jafar in Aladdin. He's a good villain.
as a villain. I think my favorite when I say the word villain, my mind immediately goes to Disney, and my
Yeah,
favorite Disney villain is Scar from The Lion King.
my favorites are Dr. Facilier from
Yeah.
Princess and the Frog, Hades from her,
Oh yeah, gotta love
and
Hades.
I'm looking forward to him in the West End. Is all I'm looking at.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for that, and also Yzma from The Emperor's New Groove.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
My favorite Disney movies, but like those villains, top quality.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, Kronk is kind of a villain in Emperor's New Groove, and he's quite funny.
Yeah, he's just a
You've got
side.
those sort of
He's
like
a sidekick.
you've got villain, funny side villain kind of things.
Yeah, like
Like we were
Iago
talking about.
in
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. We were talking about Hamilton. You've got Jefferson, who is actually the exact opposite of Hamilton and literally against him in everything. But he's just so funny that you can't help but love him. And
No,
that's
I love him.
similar to William Shakespeare in Something Rotten.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
But there's
Even William Shakespeare in *And Juliet*,
he's not villain. He's not a villain.
but he's painted a little bit villainous. Because if you think of like when we get behind Juliet as a character, and we get behind April's painting of Juliet's gonna go and do this and do all of this, and then Shakespeare comes in and goes, "Okay, but Romeo's not dead." At that point in time, he's a villain.
I am trying to recall seeing Anne Juliet. Obviously, it's been a while. It's been 2 years since I've seen Anne Juliet.
Hey, if
But in
you
all honesty, I disagree with you there.
I think he's just painted as I feel like we're supposed to take Anne's side.
But I think, well, I'm not. I don't see. This is really weird. I think for me, I side with Shakespeare the whole way
I think this is the point, though. I
because
think it's meant to divide.
Shakespeare is, yeah, and I think that's good. I think it's good that, people can like see something and get two completely different meanings out of it.
Yeah.
But for me, I side with Shakespeare from the start because he's from the start, he's never done anything bad. He's not a bad
Yeah.
character at the start of the
No,
show.
no.
People just like him and he's a famous playwright.
That's
He
it.
comes out and it's all a big celebration for his show, and you sort of, for me, I'm immediately aligning with Shakespeare, going, "Oh, this is great. He's got his book."
Yeah.
And then his annoying wife comes out and tries to rewrite the story. Like,
You're going to upset a lot of people by saying that, Harrison.
yeah, but I just think William Shakespeare is such a great guy.
Yeah, but then you can see Anne's point. We're going to change it up a
I can
little
see
bit,
Anne's
and
point.
then yeah. Well, I guess this is the
There's a
husband
whole, it's a whole
argument.
bit, but
Yeah,
but
this is what I mean. I think it paints it for different people and different opinions, and I think that's why he could potentially be maybe not a villain but an anti-hero.
yeah,
In
I
if
agree
you're
with that. I
looking if
definitely think
you're
he's more of
looking
an
in
anti-hero than a
the
villain.
if you're looking at the sort of um positive side for Juliet, he becomes a villain because he keeps throwing obstacles in, whereas Anne's just trying to make it all nice and peaceful for Juliet, and then he goes, "Ha!
Yeah,
Actually, he's not dead, and actually,
yeah, yeah.
this happened," and you just think like,
It's really weird to think about because if you think about it, Juliet is a character within a play. So
yes,
it is Juliet, because but then she sort of comes out of that at the end of the show. She
it,
changes it, which is weird because how can she change it? Because it's
yeah,
complicated. It
yeah,
is
it's so
complicated,
complicated. Let's
but
let's move on. Um,
please,
to the final question: What's the strangest or most obscure musical you've seen?
good question.
Right.
Strangest or most obscure musical. I think in terms of obscure, I saw a show called The Book Thief, which was quite. He's got his
Oh, you
spreadsheet up. You
saw
can
that?
tell.
I'm having a quick look. Yeah.
The Book Thief was it was like a local production. It did like a tour, but it only did like two places.
Yeah.
Um, really good show actually. It's based on the book, The Book
Yeah.
Thief, and yeah, really enjoyed that one. I've seen a couple of obscure plays, like there was um like at my local theatre where I did the government inspector,
Oh yeah.
I went to see a couple of shows that they'd done. So they'd done a play called Under Milk Wood, which is a radio play,
Ah.
um, and Bouncers, it tells the
I've
story of
seen
four bouncers. Yeah.
Bouncers.
So it's like that weird, obscure things like that. But that would say they're not musicals, they're plays. Um, it's weird to think. I mean, obscure music. I tell you what, I did see was when I was very, very little. I saw Fantastic Mr. Fox, the musical.
That sounds insane.
When I was very small, it was aimed at kids, and it was
I'd hope so.
I can't think how old I would have been, but I used to love Fantastic Mr. Fox as a kid. I
I
used to
still
listen to
love
the
it.
audiobook to go to bed every night.
Oh,
Um, and so I went to go and see it at the theater. Yeah.
pretty
Obviously,
good.
I can't particularly remember it, but it was that's a very obscure thing. Like that's
Yeah.
not one. Um,
Well, I think
what
for
about
me,
you?
um, we go strangest. There's a lot of really crazy musicals out there at the moment. I I should be so lucky was a bit crazy. I enjoyed it though. It was good.
Yeah.
It was good. But that's, we're going on obscurity. I think it's got to be Tony, the Tony Blair rock opera.
Oh
Um,
wow, did you see
which
that?
I did, and
Wow.
it was possibly one of my favorite things ever. It was so good. Me, my dad, and my granddad, we all went, and I wonder, what's happened to that show. It was so funny. Like, I mean, side split. You would have loved it. You would have loved it. It was so funny. The whole piece was just like laugh a minute, and the multi-rolling was hilarious. The like
Yeah.
just such a brilliant show, and I hope we get to see it again. Jack, because it was Jack Whittle who's been in a lot of the Mischief stuff. as Tony Blair, and he was
Yeah.
phenomenal, absolutely
Oh,
phenomenal.
that's good. It sounds interesting by
Yeah.
far. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think in terms of obscurity, that's me. I mean, I was just thinking you say Mischief. I saw a show. It wasn't a Mischief show, but it was a play. It was the first play I ever saw on my own.
Oh,
I went to go and see called The Hound of the Baskervilles. And it was a
I've seen a
trio
mischief
of actors.
like version of this.
Was it Mischief?
No, but it was very mischief-esque.
Oh, Mischief House. Yeah, no, so it was three actors all multi-rolling
Yeah,
as all of the characters, and brilliant show. But that was must have
I
been
saw one like that.
2021, something like that. That must have been.
Crazy.
But no, that was good. But yeah, I mean, for me, in terms of obscurity, it's probably because I do go and see plays that's where my obscurities
Yeah,
lie.
yeah. I mean, I've seen a couple of strange plays, obscure ones
Yeah.
and things. Drop the Dead Donkey, The Reawakening was wild.
Yeah,
Uh,
that I mean, but I mean, there are some really obscure things like that out there, though. Like, that didn't they do Spitting Image?
yeah,
But didn't that go out
in
for a
the
little
West
while?
End.
And
I wish I'd seen that, to be honest.
I've no, I mean, there are some really weird things, but there are some things like where I'm looking at like when talking box office radio here, when we pick the songs for the shows.
Yeah.
There's some musicals there, like there's one which I distinctly remember called Honk the Musical, which
Yes.
I think is
The
a
Ugly
really funny
Duckling.
name for a musical.
I did a production of Honk Jr.
Really? Was
Yeah.
is it good? What's it
Yeah.
about?
It's about the Ugly Duckling.
Oh, okay.
It's quite cute.
Interesting.
Yeah. Look
Well,
it
there
up.
you go. I will.
Yeah. But I
There
think
we
that
go.
brings us somewhere towards the end. Um, I don't think there's anything else going on. I think I think we've reached the finale. So now you should come and listen to us on Box Office Radio. I present the afternoon show every Thursday, 3 p.m. till 6 p.m., and Waiting in the Wings every Saturday, 2 p.m. until 4 p.m.
Is that my bit? Do I now say my bit?
This is
Right,
you.
okay, that should be cool. Um, and I host the afternoon show on a Friday. So I have to follow this
The
beautiful
day after
specimen of a
me.
human being
God
on
bless
a
him.
Friday from 3 p.m. till 6 p.m. We've got mini matinees, daily
Yeah.
dose of Disney, musical mix up, Horsley's Hot Shot, Connect Four, celebrity guests. Come and join us.
I'm a celebrity guest.
You are a celebrity. Maybe I should interview you on my show.
Please.
I interviewed my most recent one was Hope from
Yeah,
from
from Greece.
from Greece. That
Well,
was
hey,
that's fun.
I'm always available, Harrison.
Yeah.
You know, that would be great. That'd be so much fun. But anyway, aside from that, thanks for watching us. We'll be back next month with the latest episode, probably on the same usual date. Keep an eye out. We'll be around. We always are. And we'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye, friends.
Bye.